What's up, everybody? So here's a video for one thing. You all know what year it is, right? I mean, it's not complicated, right? I mean, the 70s are so far out of reach, it really is hard to imagine being modded this far. But me, I'm more of a crystallization process, and that's the language I speak. Okay, so I don't have any broken bones. I might have a fracture. I might have some stunted healing and a few other things. But you can find out what you're made out of with a pot of boiling water. Before you boil it, get the water, a couple ounces, and then dip your finger in it and then quickly evaporate your finger. I know how it sounds complicated. You've seen it everywhere. Like if a vampire goes into the sun, he evaporates. A ghoul would turn to smoke, and so on and so forth. I need you to concentrate that much on your finger. And what they do is, it's more of a temple process. Really, you wouldn't be doing this without the allergy medications and all that stuff. And you could probably just pick up a radio and do it after picking up a radio. Yeah, but you evaporate your finger into some water, and then you throw in some baking soda. Now, I don't know what else is after the baking soda. I don't use anything else besides baking soda. But it turns up as crank for me. And that's where I step in here shortly after, right? Full almighty human and a miracle builder. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I mean, you can probably cook up 5 grams of baking soda, and probably every month or so, or whatever is more convenient. You need to make sure you have your whole finger, the knuckle, and you have all these knuckles, right? And yeah, there's no complex algorithm that you have to adjust to. It's just evaporation. It's going ghost. And then you pull your finger out, and then you let it cook up with the baking soda after it's boiling. You add the baking soda when it boils. You stir it a few times, 3 or 4 times. I take a whole bunch of antihistamines. I take allergy meds. I take cough syrup, stuff like that. Stuff you can get at the store. And really, what you have is a final product of, now what it should look like is icing. If you take all the moisture out of it, it might go bad quicker, but you could have a finished product with flakes and all kinds of stuff. And now some people know what to do with it. I don't, but that's a finished product right there. Now you can take that. Some people take it by the tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon. You need that. And if you ever get that far, that's where adjustment ends. I mean, you got to be able to eat a heaping tablespoon of that stuff eventually. And gosh, I mean, everything, it feels like my entire life's been a lie, and everything just keeps adding up to the steps of an actual preparation. Things are heating up, right? I mean, if you have a perfect home, you might notice that you're in a heating up process. And you usually wouldn't really think twice about it as much as I have. But it's probably one of the more safer things out there. And if you get anything else, it's probably from due probability. I mean, you can always adjust. You can always get stuff at the store, like I mentioned. You can get cold medicine, you can get antihistamines, you can get a few pain relievers, and tweak out your own temple process. When you get there, I mean, the stuff is just readily available. It's about all we have left in this world. And it's not a bad hand. I mean, it really is just ammonia and a few sterilizers. I don't know if you eat poison. I probably have once or twice. But that's my end of the table. I mean, I don't really know much about saline fluids in preparation on a stovetop. But yeah, I mean, this opiate epidemic is probably the biggest shut-in in the world. I mean, many people called it marijuana. Many people still believe it's marijuana. Some people call it water. And that's when I bring the water back. And I show them what I can do with water. Now that's some in-depth stuff right there. I mean, you could sit there for hours if you wanted to, so you wouldn't have to consume as much. But I mean, really, you have these hands, and you have all sorts of probability in your hands. And that's it for today.